Hey, I want to tell you a story about my first year in business. This is really, really fascinating. Okay, I got a call from a client referral to go do window cleaning. I show up, it's this big honking mansion. I'm like, whoa, right? Well, anyways, I sell the window cleaning job. I clean the whole house, do the windows, and the homeowner is a very wealthy guy, still my client today. He goes, "You do landscaping?" I'm going, "Yeah, I do landscaping, window cleaning." Well, he's like, "Well, I just bought this house and it needs the whole property needed to be remodeled." Well, I just started my business, had my little crappy pickup truck, rust all over it. I was all by myself, and I might have just hired one guy or something. And so I go on to sell this guy a $20,000 job, and I'm just getting started. I don't even know. I know how to do all the work, but as far as a business, dude, I got no clue what I'm doing, where to get the materials. I don't know. All I know is, and I didn't have to sell this guy this work either. It was literally like, he's like, "What about all this? Doesn't it need mulch or something?" I'm like, "Yeah, you need about 20 yards of mulch." So, well, let's do the mulch right now. Let's get it ordered. I'm like, I didn't even have enough money to order materials. This guy gave me his the black card, American Express black card that the rich people have. The rich people, it's gonna be us. But listen, gives me his black card, and I get on the phone, start dialing. Here comes two big pickup trucks and dumps 20 yards of mulch. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna need some help, right? He goes, "What about all this? I want all fresh rocks here." So I run up to the landscape supply. I bring him samples of rocks, and he picks out the type he likes, pink quartz. Orders 10 tons of rocks. There's another few $1,000 just materials. Here comes two big more pickup dump trucks, dumps 10 tons of rocks on this guy's street. And he's like, "What about all this? All these shrubs need..." I'm like, "Well, of course your shrubs need to be trimmed. Well, let's do that now, right now, right now." I'm like, okay. Now I just got my business started. I was used to, because I was broke and afraid, I was attracting all these customers who were also broke and afraid, and I was doing little tiny $100 jobs, $200, $300 jobs, and I get this $20,000 job from this rich guy who has literally no financial limits, and anything he wants and thinks, he wants it done now. He doesn't care how much it costs. So I'm like, okay. He's like, I just got into trimming trees. Look at all my effing trees. They all need to be trimmed. Look at them. I want them all trimmed right now. I'm like, okay. So here I am. Now I've got like 3-4 guys all of a sudden that I hired on the spot on this property. And I've got 20 tons of materials out in this guy's street with safety cones all over the place. I had no idea how to plan out the job. No idea what I was doing. And there you go. I'm in business. It was the scariest thing I have ever done in my life. I couldn't sleep at night. Dude, I was leaving the rocks out all night over his house. The neighbors were bitching. 4 nights went by. It was in a ritzy neighborhood. I was holding my stomach all night, tossing and turning, dripping in sweat, having nightmares. Oh my God, what if the materials don't show up in time? What if we do this wrong? What if this happens? Oh my God, is this guy even gonna pay me? What if he pays it, doesn't pay? Oh my God, oh my God. And I was having a panic attacks. It was literally a living nightmare. It felt like I was being torn through hell. I can't even explain how horrifying it was to get that much work that quick and not even know what to charge for any of it. I was up all night, dude. I didn't sleep for a month. I think the guy's project was 20 grand. It took us 3 weeks to do or something like that. It was brand new all by myself with just a couple guys. I was there till dark every single day, even Sunday night, dude, like carrying a wheelbarrow, dumping rocks in the dark. And the guy's like, "Go home. What are you doing? Go home." I'm like, "I gotta get this job done." And all my other customers were calling me off the hook. "Where are you?" And I was stuck on this big job. And more and more and more. He kept adding more and more and more work. "What about all these granite steps?" Then we're renting out tile saws, and we're cutting like 2-inch thick and 4-inch thick slabs of granite, building steps all encased in crazy shit. Laying rocks all over the place. Then I'm building this guy's a whole extension with mica stone walkways and shit all over the place. We literally transformed this guy's property. I undercharged him so much. I should have made 20,000 profit. You know how much I made off the whole job? About 2 grand, maybe $2,500. And the guy just totally took advantage of me, dude. He saw I was good at what I did, and he saw that I didn't know how to run a business and I was brand new. And this guy just, and he didn't, I mean, hey, but you know what's funny? I took that money, flat broke, dude, and I put the ring on my wife's finger. And crazy times. But my whole point is, you just get a business started, you're getting going, man, you're rolling, and you're used to these little piddly jobs and customers trying to, you know, work you in a deal. That guy didn't screw me over intentionally. He was just trying to get the best deal, and I didn't know what I was doing. But, and then all of a sudden you get this huge job. So you're doing these little tiny jobs, and you get this gigantic job, and you don't even know what to do, but you know you gotta say yes because you're trying to grow a company, and if you say no, you're gonna regret it. So if you've gone through those times, dude, where you're tossing and turning, you're up all night planning, doing landscape plans and going through the numbers and researching on Google how to find these materials, how much to charge, how to install them, what to do. You're calling your friends who own landscape companies, you're freaking out, you're sweating, you're over exaggerating everything. Dude, I've been through all that shit. And sometimes when we get real big jobs, I do go through that stuff. And it's really funny to me. I have a couple buddies and guys I know who do really good landscape. They have multiple crews and make really good money. And when I talk to them on the phone, they're like, bro, I do $40,000 jobs like nothing. I'm like, aren't you nervous? Nervous? Shit. Like they act like they've never been scared. Like they've never, I don't know who those people are. That's not me, because I'm telling you, dude, I was flipping terrified. And even at this moment, think the stuff you know how to do, you're good at. You don't worry about it because you know how to do it. But the stuff you don't know how to do yet, and the stuff that scares you, and those big jobs and hiring guys, and how am I going to do all this? How am I going to pay for all this, right? Those type of thoughts, that's where the success is venturing into the unknown and taking that stuff on. Do it little by little and take calculated risks. Like for me right now, my biggest thing in 2015, I'm raising all my prices. And I might lose customers, I might gain customers, I don't know, but I'm sick and tired of not making the money I want to make, so I'm raising my prices. I'm taking on bigger jobs. I'm going to sell big, crazy landscape jobs with waterfalls and ponds, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to find somebody who knows how to do that. Just, you know, make sure I qualify them and all the work and get everything and subcontract them to do that. I want to do big things. Don't you want to do big things, man? You got to take risks.